Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Matter of Opinion, and I'm your boy Walls P. Now, today I want to talk to you guys about a very interesting topic, and that topic we want to talk about is Jay-Z calls to ban lawmakers from using rap lyrics as criminal evidence. Now, me being a former artist, if you want to hear some of my content, you could go through the channel, check it out, and I'll probably upload another track in a couple of days. So, with that being said, let's get into exactly what Jay-Z is trying to make happen. So, Jay-Z and other artists are calling on New York City lawmakers to stop using rap lyrics against them in court as criminal evidence. Hove teamed up with Meek Mills and a slew of artists, including Big Sean, Fat Joe, Robin Thicke, Kelly Rowlands, and Yo Gotti to urge lawmakers to sign into state law the rap music on trial bill. This is an issue that's important to Jay-Z and all other artists that have come together to try and bring about this change. This is a long time coming, and if you can lend his name and his weight, that is what he wants to do. The bill seeks to limit access to a defendant's music as evidence presented during a trial. The group signed letter, co-written by Spiro and University of Richmond professor Eric Nelson, reads, "Rather than acknowledge rap music as a form of artist expression, police and prosecutors urge that the lyrics should be interpreted literally. In the words of one prosecutor, as autobiographically journals, even though the genre is rooted in long tradition of storytelling that privilege figurative language, is steeped in hyperbole, and employs all of the same poetic devices we find in more traditional works of poetry." All right. So that's well articulated. If you want to read the rest of the article, the link will be in the description. But I have to disagree with this bill. Now, hear me out. As a former artist, I get it. You got people that rap about things that they didn't live, things that they didn't go through, whatever. It's a form of storytelling. But rap has evolved since the 80s, the 90s. And the music now, all you hear about is guns, murder, shooting, defiling women, rocking people's snot boxes, murdering your ops, all this crazy stuff. Now, when you think about hip hop or rap music, who do you think about? The black community. That's what comes to mind when you think about it. Now, off the top of my head, the two artists that I know this has affected, number one is Shine. You know, the bad boy rapper who people say sound like Notorious Big or Biggie. And also you got YNW Melly, who's waiting for his court date and they're trying to use his rap lyrics against him. Now, here's the thing. I get it. Like I said, it's storytelling. Some of it can be fabricated, whatever the case may be. But then when you hear stories about that kid in California who basically stole government money by doing fraudulent unemployment claims and racked up $1 million or over $1 million and then made a song about it, lo and behold, he wind up getting arrested for it. And the crazy thing is now with rap music or hip hop, the more bad things you do as far as getting incarcerated or shooting somebody or whatever the case may be, the more your street credibility go up and the more people start buying your content. So think about it. The worse you are as a person, the more your sales go up, the more your street credibility go up. Now, with that being said, why would you even need to create a bill like this? If you're an artist, you break through and now you're making money, why are you still indulging in criminal activity? Prime example, remember that whole scenario in the elevator with Jay-Z and Solange? I think I'm pronouncing her name right. Solange, Beyonce's sister. All in all, you get the gist of it. That scene in the elevator when she was attacking him, what did Jay-Z do? He kept his composure, just made sure he kept her away, but did not retaliate. Why? Because he knew he had a lot to lose, right? So if you're these artists and you're making this money and now you're out of the hood or you can get out of the hood, why are you still doing these criminal activities? What's wrong with hiring a bodyguard, hiring protection, having people that are licensed to take care of the problems that comes around you? Now that rap music is getting so and so negative, we're starting to see younger kids, 13, 12, 15, grabbing guns and actually getting into shootouts with cops, shooting them left to right, not giving a damn. And I know people are gonna say, oh, well, rock and roll, you know, they do the same thing and all that stuff. Look, I get it. But at the same time, there's no law saying that you can't use their lyrics against them. If you're a parent and your child got killed by an artist that talks about guns, that talks about shooting their ops, that talk about sticking people up, that talk about defiling women, if you listen to this music and that person murdered your child, you're gonna be like, oh, hell no, this wasn't a mistake. He knew exactly what he was doing. You're gonna use that against him. Or if you had a child that was ard, again, the word R that I'm using rhymes with ape. If you have a child that was ard and you have an artist that talk about defiling women and talk about, getting the punani and all of this stuff, and that's all they talk about, and then they are your child, you listen to their music, you're gonna be like, oh, hell no, that person is guilty. See, it's not about the music that you make. Technically, it is, because it's making a whole generation think that these things are cool for you to do. And it's making these women think it's okay to degrade themselves, defile themselves. It's making people think it's okay to walk around with guns, shoot people, look for ops, all of that stuff. But it's not about the music that you do. It's about your actions that you did, that your music could be held against you. You get what I'm saying? So the music that you make give you accountability for the actions that you do. If there's a law saying you can't smoke weed, I'm not a weed smoker. So guess what? It doesn't affect me. I don't care there's a law saying that you can't smoke weed. So if I know I make music, but I'm doing what I gotta do and doing the right things and not indulging in criminal activity, what does it matter that there's a bill saying that my lyrics can't be held against me? That makes absolutely no sense. Every situation, if you have a bunch of kids in high school that goes to shoot up a school or whatever, and they find a journal that the kids were writing, guess what? A journal is like a form of poetry or something, right? Sharing ideas or whatever the case may be, but yet it's held against them. So what's the difference? If I come on the platform and I'm talking about murdering people or whatever the case may be, and I'm just like, hey, this for entertainment, but then I go and murder somebody, guess what? It can be used against me. That's just how life is. So I'm totally against this bill. I hope it doesn't go through. This way it holds these rappers accountable, because although they found a way to escape out of the hood and make money, they still elect to stay in the hood and keep doing the same things. Why not follow in the footsteps of a Jay-Z, of an Ice Cube, an Ice-T, people that now became entrepreneurs? Instead, they're doing the same old thing, staying in the hood, and now being a role model to younger generations, and they're doing the same thing that they hear these rappers spitting and that they see in their environment. People judge rappers by the content that they make. You could be an archaeologist, the smartest mind in the world, but if your music says otherwise, people will never acknowledge the smarts that you have. So that's how I feel about this bill that they're trying to pass. That's gonna do it for this episode. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think that this bill should be signed? Or are you against the bill? Let me know. Do you think I'm a coon or something from where I stand? Let me know in the comments section. But again, let's keep it intelligent and let's leave all the insults out of it. Because at the end of the day, nothing gets accomplished if we're just throwing insults at each other. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. I'm Walls P, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. It's a matter of opinion.